Can devs do something?
When I was young, he told my girl cousins I would never be a varsity athlete, and frankly, that was a tremendous blow to my self-esteem.
Hey, traders. Welcome to the stream. Good to see y'all on the 7th of March. And was not a good day for index funds at all. Terrible. And, you know, Europe last night continued to crash. Made a little rebound today, but ended up kind of rolling over again. We're going to look at those markets, everything kind of. We're going across the markets, man. That's what we did. We always kind of just start with Bitcoin because, you know, it's changed our lives in incredible ways. Well, at least the people that have been around here for 4 years with us. As we've just continued to DCA, the ups, the downs, doesn't matter. And here you are with less than 60 minutes until your daily candle close. Testing an interesting level that really doesn't mean much. I mean, I think the major levels 42K and 30K. If you're in the range, it's between 33K and 45K. But just look right here. I mean, there was this one time in history, this one time, August 4th, 5th, where it, you know, up thrusted through that 42K resistance, sold off, and then once it held that a couple times, one time, two times, it was off, right? It broke back above those critical inflection points from history. So that's there. And if you look right, Bitcoin tested it once, right? I mean, we've seen some historical correlation to this 37,474 area once, and now twice. First time, nothing to write home about, not much of an edge. Hey, rally, did it, man. And then it sold off. And here we are, same support. And at the same support now, you know, it's like Super Troopers. The 4-hour Bitcoin MACD histogram is Super Troopers, the first scene when they've been pulled over and the cop is telling them to continue to pull over. And they say, we can't pull over anymore. We're already pulled over all the way. We can't show hidden bullish divergence anymore. It's done. There's too much of it. So it's like it's matured, but it hasn't caught the bids yet. Thank you, macro. Thank you, stocks and Russia and the whole thing there. All these things going on, really weighing down on the price action here. But you got that 4-hour hidden bullish divergence still there. But then you go to the 60 minutes, and that's where it starts getting interesting. Remember we were talking about on Saturday, we need maybe some classic bullish divergence. We ended up getting it, but then we got it 2 more times. Now we have quadruple divergence on both oscillators, right? Where you make the low, you make the lower low, the lower levels, then the lower low, and then the even lower levels, and then even somehow, again, another lower level. These are all like pathetically lower lows. And even lower levels of negative Momo. So RSI, same thing. The low, the lower low, the lower low, the lowest low so far. The lowest lows testing that support that goes back to August of last year. Right there. For the not once, but maybe the second time, and at least the second time of testing this, there is an edge, at least on a couple time scales that are not really that important. They're not that great. I mean, 4 hours, 60 minutes, meh. What's that compared to the daily? Literally nothing. It's nothing. So I'm not even trying to get people hopeful or excited or euphoric or anything. These macro conditions are terrible, man. These equities, yikes, man. Such a risk-off environment. But all I'm going to do is talk about the actual technicals going on, and it won't play out if things get too bad over in the equities. But I'm just saying, for Bitcoin itself, there's a supply line that goes back to March 2nd and March 3rd. You draw that out, you can see you up thrusted through it to dump once more to make more divergence, and now you're re-attempting to break out of that supply line. I mean, if this was true, this is real. I mean, the target would be easily 40,665. But again, man, it's just these are tough market conditions right now. These are not like amazing. Oh my God, we're in such a well-established uptrend. Nah, you're in a consolidation chop phase on Bitcoin. A lot of noise. But the good news is, one low, here's your lowest low, January 24th, then a higher low, February 24th, and then maybe, if we're truly fortunate sons and daughters here, another higher low would be put in. And then that accumulation argument continues to build. And that might, you just pray that the divergence in the 60 minutes and the 4 hours could turn into a potential partial decline where it at least gets us back. If we see 45K again, then it's a 70% chance of a bullish breakout. Again, this could just be all hopium. I get it, man, because the macro is so bad. Europe, their markets are just cooked. It's like bear market for Europe. So, and what the S&P 500 did and the Nasdaq did today, truly bad, very, very bad. And with those things going on, it's really tough for anything bullish to play out on Bitcoin based on history, right? So that's kind of it, right? That's like kind of your update. That, can you even believe it, man? We're diverging more on the 60-minute, and the 4-hour hidden bullish divergence like somehow matured even more. I can't. It's crazy, man. So it's like if the TA was respected on the 60-minute and the 4-hour at the same time, you'd be rallying next. You wouldn't be dumping more. You would actually hold 37,474 if those time scales TA was respected. Just gotta wonder, like, what's it gotta take, man? Like, God. Wyckoff accumulation. Well, if that's the case, I think we're still in phase B or something.
Wyckoff accumulation on BTC.
Yeah, I think that's certainly a potential argument, but I think we're still really early in it, or we're kind of like in the middle of the ground, where I think like selling climax. Do we even get it? Is that a secondary test? I don't even know, man. That's secondary test. We could pull up the schematic if you wanted to. Well, I mean, I'm sure. I think it's some sort of Wyckoff range. Either it's accumulation or it's redistribution. It's one or the other. B. Just give me a sec. Wouldn't be schematic 1, would it? Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's like, do we have the PS here, selling climax here, and then the automatic reaction? I'm just not sure. Secondary test in phase B is that's what that would be right there, and then we're now at the point where we tested the top again, and now we're selling off. And it's like, if this was some sort of Wyckoff accumulation, you'd be on your way down to test the bottom of the range again, and that is where we'd be looking for the spring back test of spring for the third time at the bottom of the range. You just haven't gotten there yet, and there's so much effing divergence. It just seems like, how's it gonna get down? How does it get down there? I mean, I think you have to have help. I'm talking about bearish help. You got to have like the index funds collapse, man. We got to have a bloody day to get Bitcoin to dump here, because it's actually, I know it's down and stuff, but it's been holding up surprisingly well compared to the index funds and the euro markets. So I get it. It's not great price action, but hey, bearish and golden candle, and you're holding the support, still diverging. What? There's still hopium. But yeah, you could imagine if you break 37,474, boom, straight down to 34K, 33K again. For that, maybe phase C of the Wyckoff accumulation going on or something. Okay. But yeah, I mean, maybe there, you'd think that 60-minute, 4-hour, there could be a relief rally at least in store for Bitcoin soon. Doesn't mean it's going to be a momentous, amazing break to the upside and we're going to the moon. Just, you know what I'm saying, right? Okay, Ethereum, all kinds of stuff going on here. Okay, we talked about the worst case scenario situation, but there certainly is. There certainly is right now. The hidden bullish divergence here is kind of dead. It's not continuing to develop really. But there is an M shape. There is some sort of cipher. I've been looking at it last night. A patron even posted about it today. It was a cipher cipher going on Shark. Where you get the 786, you feel safer at the 886. Pattern completion zone. Dude, these patterns, man, these M shapes are amazing on Ethereum. So ignoring them, probably not a good idea to be ignoring them. But hey, beautiful falling, or the rising wedge played out with a divergence. Okay. Yeah, you bearishly engulfed on the last 4-hour candle, so you can get some more fall through the downside, and it's going to require Bitcoin to dump too, which Bitcoin hasn't really dumped yet, and it hasn't fallen below that critical support. I mean, it's not really that critical. It's kind of just a support. Okay. daily doesn't look good at all, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, congrats on maybe a little M shape there. But dude, I hate this. This looks so bad. Unless Bitcoin starts pulling miracles, which means continuing to decouple from equity markets, which good luck on that. If that's not the case, you know the X, the A, the B, the C. We just completed C and we're working on the D wave. And the D wave would take you to much lower prices like 1420. So negative momentum building, RSI on the daily, back in the bearish control zone. These to me make me not bullish on Ethereum. Not bullish on Ethereum. And I hate it because like Ethereum's been the canary in the coal mine. Like where, hey, it's setting up bearishly and it plays out bearishly. Setting up bearishly, plays out bearishly. Bitcoin keeps making us ask questions because it's not as bad. It's not as bad as Ethereum and the other alts. So y'all hear, is the stream on? I think, oh yeah, I think someone tipped before the stream started.
Imagine thinking TA is fake.
What's up, B-Mart? Thanks for the $23. Nah, whatever, man. People are gonna think all kinds of things are fake, right? If people think the world's flat, you know? If people think the world's flat, people are gonna think TA is fake too. I mean, again, like, you have to have just a realistic expectation of what technical analysis is. It's not fortune telling or tea leaf reading. It's just literally identifying critical areas where historical price action has occurred, and at those levels you look for a ton of different variables on different time scales. And if all those things converge and line up at those critical inflection points, you got an edge. You got a greater than coin slips chance of a reversal. That's about it. And it's really not more than that. Predictable patterns. History repeating itself. Okay. Thank you. Smitty wanted PDBC. Okay, all right, yeah, we'll look at that after we get through the bigger ones. All right, so BNB that had a good day. Kind of crazy. It's like, hey, remember the argument on this is the bullish edge is there. If we're in a bullish market conditions, this is a wonderful long opportunity, tons of upside. But if the macro is truly bearish, there's just no way it's going to be able to do anything but make lower highs and then eventually collapse, break below its critical supports at 330. But surprisingly up 1.84% today, trying to re-break out of that downtrend it's been in. Yesterday, yeah, weak price action, but the argument is not invalidated, right? The argument presented with the harmonic at the inflection point at its pattern completion zone with a second low, with the bullish divergence on the daily, all that argument is still valid until you start breaking below the 330 area. Then it's dead. But until then, yeah, bad price, but not invalid. So this could still eventually play out, but it's just hard to see it playing out well if we're going into a true bear trend on equity markets and risk on assets are going to suffer because of it. That's tough. And it may get violated and invalidated in time. Time will tell. Hey, Bitcoin's 4 hour and 60 minute play out goes to 40,665. I think BNB will probably go back up to 430 again to test it. That'd be wonderful. Then all of a sudden on the daily locally, there'd be a higher low. What? Hasn't happened yet, man. So just, you gotta have reasonable expectations. So it's just expecting nothing, right? Because if you expect something and it goes the other way, it triggers emotional responses, and we never want that. That'll affect our next trades. So just know where we are, though. Know the macro, and it's not bullish right. It's not good right now. It's lots of fear, trepidation going on. Okay, BNB still okay. XRP still okay. Down 0.3%, doing nothing again. Hidden divergence not really playing out. It's not really happening, man. So you're still okay. It's just where are the bids, and you got to go back to that macro and be like, well, the macro is just not good, man. Macro is not good for bullish harmonics to play out because it's always weighing down, right? You're always fighting against that current.
Hey,
the current's
Mitch,
bearish.
This market has lost the vast majority of retail. I don't see that will change for a long time. Why aren't whales and institutions buying at volume when prices are so terrible? Does a lack of any new money invalidate good TA? Thanks bro, clapping.
I'll show you.
Sup, dude? How does natural gas look to you? One.
Thank
you.
You tell me. Does it look like there's much value still on the NASDAQ composite? You know, you look at an asset that went up 130% from the COVID crash low to its all-time high, and it's drawing down, and it's confirming, making lower highs, lower lows. It's hit a 382, 200 or the 203-day moving average upon you 12,158. But you know, 50% retraces, 618, 786, 886. I mean, like, I think that why are institutions not buying? Institutions are, I guess they're saying, it seems that a 38% sale on the NASDAQ is just not good enough of a sale yet. That's it. Maybe a 50% sale in the NASDAQ would incentivize larger market participants to take a shot.
Mitch, do you
right?
see
It's all about
deep
value,
grab on
and they don't
alpha
perceive enough
BTC,
value yet to
TNX?
go long or deep long, right? So it took them on. We'll look at it. Thank you. All right, so that's kind of it, man. It's like, why is the institution not buying it? They don't perceive enough value yet, and I completely understand because it's so shallow, moderate right now. And the macro, the war, cutting off an economy. You know, it's not much for the U.S. so much, but it is huge for certain European countries, and that's just a trickle-down effect where it will have a global significant effect, and economists don't even know those effects yet, or how it's going to be collateral damage, cutting out the Russian economy from the world, right from the West. So still trying to reassess that. A lot of uncertainty. So they all sold high, right? Sold with the Feds, right? We must sell for what is it? For moral reasons. We must sell the top, which they did. They sold the top, and you can see you're drawing down ever since. Can someone get the date that they said that? They announced that, and I can point to it on a chart. One of these peaks here, one of the three. Yeah. So that's simply put. All right. XRP. Then we go to Luna. Let's go to Luna. Switch gears again. And then we'll be switching right back. So Luna, hey, what's going on, Luna? Nice. It is back testing an old resistance, potentially as support for the first time. Here it is. There's the gray zone. Showing some potential hidden bullish divergence on the oscillators here. I really want to see Bitcoin 60-minute 4-hour play out, because if it does, if you catch some sort of bids here for Bitcoin, this thing's gonna rally definitely right here. Right? It's pretty interesting. Hidden divergence at an inflection point, back testing it for the first time since re-breaking out above it February 28th. Interesting. You don't want to break this though. If you break this, there could be a nice markdown. You could see Luna's target going to 62.69ish. If it doesn't hold 76.40. But the good news is it's kind of not bad. There's maybe indication to believe that it could hold with the way the 4-hour looks anyway. But yeah, it's all on Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin holds and rallies, this thing will outperform. If Bitcoin dumps, this thing won't hold support, but it'll still outperform Bitcoin, most likely. Okay. Cardano. If you want to see the dumpster fire, bearish and golden candle on the last 4-hour. I mean, there's certainly an M shape. Okay, like there's a shark, and I think it hit its PCZ. But just be careful, because based on context, you are in a terrible spot. Wow, that is a literal perfect shark, man, in every freaking way to the T. Wow, 1414 on C. And then the 886 on D, and then yeah, a 1272 on B to C. You know, it's in nowhere though. Like, so I'm identifying a perfect bullish shark right here with some bullish convergence maybe, but you go the daily, it's terrible. It just regarded what was once resistance as resistance again. It's bad, real bad. Gonna make the lowest daily candle close since February 9th, so over a year. You haven't seen traders settle up on the daily this low before. 34 minutes, a lot happens. You're at 80 cents. You saw 78 cents earlier today. What was once support is resistance confirmed, and now lower low is about to be confirmed too. Yikes. Okay. So we can shift gears again to the S&P 500.
ASTR, Astra Space, please. Inverse head and shoulders that broke out today and appears to be backtesting as markets closed.
Thank you, dude. So here's your S&P, or they should just rename the ticker to GUH, because you with candle close confirmation broke sports, and it's actually the lowest daily candle close of the entire correction that's been going on since you topped out January 4th. Lowest close. This is the first, I mean, you did get a candle close below this level February 23rd, and then you gapped down, and then a miraculous rally. But the miraculous rally was just, I guess, buyer induction, so they could paint another lower high, so you could test the supply line and fail again, and then a dark cloud cover. Dark cloud cover reversal identified, gap down, and then massive markdown today, down almost 3% on the major index fund. These are not good areas to be at, where you could end up seeing 4,058 in time. That's not good. Your divergence underperformed, if playing out or performing at all. Like, that is massively underperforming. That's a bad sign. So your what should usher in a massive reversal to the upside has turned into nothing, letting you know the market conditions are still not bullish right now. Things have to change. Got to get more at data that's implying that the bullish indicators on daily time scales are reliable again. That means we're maybe bullish again, but not yet. Good God. Okay, Dow Jones. DJI should be GUH. Chat, this is a massive technical bearish breakdown on the daily. Remember we were talking about yesterday. The stage is set. We all have our seats and our tickets. The fat lady is behind the stage. You can hear her warming up too. Well, she may have just begun to sing, because prices below 33,333 repeating, of course, bad price. Very little support below you. Lowest daily candle close since March 25th of last year. One high, a second high, a third high. 1, 2, 3, classic distribution going on. The Dow Jones. A lot of downside. Lots and lots of downside, chat. Very, very bad. Positive momentum never came to be. The negative momentum started building. That's what you need to know. When you show divergence so powerful like that, and it just gets invalidated, that's letting you know it's a litmus test of market conditions. And they're bearish right now. Really bearish. Down 800 points. 2.37%. Yikes. Okay, just letting you know. Bad stuff. But kind of, you can't be surprised about this though, right? I mean, come on. These patterns, these structures have been developing, and they were beautiful, right? Gorgeous. So bearish though. NASDAQ Composite, also very bad. Very, very bad, man. Right angled, ascending, broadening formation with a back test, and then a lower high, and your bullish divergence manifesting into nothing. Violation, I think, not good. Probably. And look, think about your daily. Your daily RSI on the NASDAQ is at 34.9, bearish control zone. Very, very bearish right now. Very bearish. Please understand. I hope, you're like, oh yeah, dude, we knew it was bearish. So, we've been watching the stream. You're here 7 days a week talking about how bad this crap is. And it's like, well, I protected myself with this information, and I'm okay. While it continues to draw down and could see much lower prices, right? In time. Consecutive lower highs, lower lows. We are in a downtrend right now. Until we make a higher high than our previous highs or a higher low after. Sucks for the index funds. And I'll just tell you, based on like value and all the cryptos better, or Bitcoin, Ethereum are better than the index funds. They're better than German index funds. right? They have a stronger or more valid argument for upside potential than the index funds. There is no upside potential argument on the index funds right now. None. At least Bitcoin, we know from its July low to its recent low from January, 88% retrace over 200 days. At least we got that. This, who knows how long this downtrend could last, okay? Bad news. Just as bad on the Qs. Your mega caps, lowest daily candle close on the Qs since May 20th of last year, and very bad. I mean, just, of course, your target's 316 here, right angle, descending, right formation, consecutive lower high. Dude, it was just testing the 200-day moving average as resistance. When you do that, you're extremely bearish. Okay, we protected ourselves seeing all this stuff before all this crap happened, right? Okay, good. So Russell 2000, very, very bad, right? Lower highs established than the previous high locally. Heading on down to 1926 again. To me, it seems like it's getting set up for much lower prices. That's very, very weak. You can't test a resistance once and then kind of twice, or like it's so weak. Hold on a sec, because the wick here is all. Let me adjust this and make this. Because I think I did all this in the 4 hour. Let me do this on the daily here. Okay. I just went with those two different wicks. I didn't even use the. But if I did, because you had that touch there too, and it was just kind of arranged. But if you didn't even apply that wick, which I think is there, this was like the cutoff, the line in the sand. If you look at that, what was once a wick low, January 29th of 2021, was like the Jesus, up thrusted twice, and then the back test of the up thrust. That's like, if you flip the chart over, that's how you get life-changing trades. When an asset, right, springs a couple times, rallies, and then back tests the spring, insane things can happen after that. Look no further than silver, as it fell below critical support, rallied, and then back tested that spring with confirmation, then an engulfing candle, even maybe again. As gold tested that 2011, 2012 high forever, tried to stay above it, you were staying above it, you rallied, you back tested again, that's the confirmation, the second low, second test with the divergence, right? This is how life-changing money happens. When you're, because that's a market indicator. That's an indicator that a bottom's in. And so from there, look at gold. Gold hitting its highest level since August 17th of 2020. And probably on its way to all-time highs, but there's no surprise about it, man. You just can't be surprised. We just had some macro conditions that really, really helped, I guess, accelerate this. But even before the invasion and all that, we knew the composite operator was reaccumulating his position in golds. As you can see, all the consecutive higher lows after the bottom got put in. So see it 2074, but probably higher than that end time. Okay. Nice one on gold. Nice one on silver. Back to silver just for a second to zoom out. Going back up to 26. You break 26. I'll see you at 28, most likely fast, and then 30 after that. It's beautiful though. The breakout confirmation and the rally. That's what you always want. Yeah, you're overbought. There's no... I don't know. You could try to argue there's bearish divergence in the MACD. What'll happen is the trend's bullish, so it'll pull back, make a higher low eventually than the previous lows, and then run again. Yeah, that happens. And that might be when risk-on assets catch some bids that just it ends up, that rally ends up turning into another lower high, and then you dump again. Sure. Okay, let's look at futures. Well, no, you know what? Let's look at platinum first. Indecision candle after a couple nice days. That's fine. Indecision candle to be engulfed again. I'm down with it. There's no bearish edge. You're making, highest prices you've seen since June of last year. You've broken out. You back tested the breakout. and you're just working on the massive markup that will be here in time. I mean, I think you're going to 1337 eventually, so patience, but you're warned on this, like, right? And then we can go to copper. That's also crazy, but what a run, and then what a pullback, and you fell back below. Dang, man, that resistance. That's okay, right? As long as you stay above 463, I think you're solid. You know why, right? 463 is the 2011 all-time high. That's it. You got to go way back. 20 years ago. No, I'm sorry, 10 years ago. Sorry, I'm thinking about .com. 10 years ago, or 11 years now, I guess. If you stay above that long enough, you'll rally again. You'll break back out above this little old supply line. Well, yeah, you can't say there wasn't a bearish engulfing candle. That happens, man. It happens, right? As long as you just keep making higher lows, everything's good. Everything's fine on this. And it eventually will probably hit that 544 area. And this is just a massive deep crab pattern in its development. So we'll hit copper, gold, silver, platinum. Wheat futures limited up again. You can't even believe this, chat. Look at this, okay? This was yesterday, and another limit up. Is that 5 trading days in a row? 5 sessions in a row. Wheat just moons and then limits up and stops trading. 1350 is the all-time high from 2008, I believe. Yes, 2008. So you will soon be there. Maybe tomorrow you'll be there. Can only go up 7%, and then it limits up. So 7% from here tomorrow. Oh yeah, if you do the same thing you've been doing, you will make all-time highs literally tomorrow on a gap up, and it'll take you to like 1386. This is crazy, man. This is insane. I don't think anything's ever happened like this on wheat, recent memory. Like, I mean, 2008, like, it wasn't just limiting up every day. This is just, it ran. It was running up. Not good though, because, think about 2008. When the global financial crisis was going on, you had like commodities like this mooning, and they pumped and then they dumped, and the whole equities market went into a bear trend that lasted like 18 months. So not really what you want to see right now, because it looks technically like we're setting up for a more significant bear trend on equities based on the data, and your commodities are doing exactly what happened in history when those equities went into a bear market. That's not really good. That's not really what you want to see if you want to be a bull, right? Okay, what a beast. What a beast, man. It is much, and it is still honest work, says the farmer of wheat and corn that once again today ran up to test that 778 area near all-time highs, or it's near the top of the inflection zone. Yeah, and once you break 778, you get 800. Then I think the all-time high is like 843. Yeah, let's see, 2000. But yeah, here you go again, man. This is what's scary, right? It's like equity markets looking very bearish, and then you've got commodities going to their 2008 levels. That's what's tested twice now. June 30th, 2008, corn hit 778. Well, Friday and today, you have touched that exact same level. Very close to that 113, right? The 113, the shark pattern completion zone. Certainly never, absolutely never a level to be going on a fresh long. This is like maybe where someone starts scalping short, but but just look out, because the market conditions are crazy for commodities, and it could just continue melting up with the supply issues. Like we have like a supply crisis on corn and wheat, and based on the freaking on-chain analytics, you'd think Bitcoin eventually one day. Well, I mean, you just you hit like three and a half year lows on supply on exchanges every day, but on-chain analytics means literally nothing in terms of like the price, nothing. But it's cool to know that like that's actually happening still. Bitcoin's still like collapsing in supply on exchanges. Nickel was up 70% today. Sweet mother of God, man. Nickel moon boy is coming in. I told you, man, it's like you're going to have the 10 shillers. Okay, nickel. Nickel's going to overtake silver, man. Nickel's the real silver. Nah, dude. 10. 10's so much better than aluminum, man. Dude, you don't even know what you're talking about. Like, it's going to be like, because that's like S-Coin, tribalism, right? You're going to get that in metals if this keeps up, right? Okay, so, you know, that was corn, and then, I don't know, not much, yeah, really, what else? The new day started, so it's like orange juice futures rolled over today. Get wrecked orange juice, 6.76%, you know, it's still okay. I mean, until it makes a lower low than previous low, it's still just showing all kinds of accumulation right here. Live cattle futures dumped, but then pumped. Just when you thought live cattle futures, your steak was going to get more reasonably priced. No, it's just going to back test an old resistance from 2012 as support again. Yikes. Cotton futures. Yeah, back at the heart line of that channel. Not really doing anything. No edge. Just maybe one high, a second high. You could be coming down to the 200 moving average again. Maybe the bottom of the channel, 106. Soybean futures still hanging in up there. That's a 113. That's a shark, right? That's the shark, man. A little higher than the shark, but the 113 was right there. So you are like at these crazy levels, right? Soybean futures just it exceeded that high from 2008, but didn't quite get as high or test that September 2012 level, which could happen. I mean, still up here, man. Doesn't mean it's done pumping. So, okay, sugar futures ended up dragoning, third leg dragon, the peg leg. I don't know. It has two legs, right? It's two hands. Here's the head. Here are the two hands. It's like a, I don't know. It's like a T-Rex or something, not a dragon. Anyway, I wouldn't say this is a dark cloud cover because it did not pierce through half of the candle, previous candle. So it's just kind of nothing burger candle. Just probably going higher in time with all commodities. Copper, we already looked at it. Lumber, how's lumber doing? Just still sitting up there, right around the same highs it was at in May of last year. Not, I mean, you could be topping out if things don't really start going. I think you've made the buying climax. You're attempting the rally. One high, second high, it could be double topping, which would be great, right? Eventually, we just want this thing to plummet. But it's not like you're going to go to lows and the lumber cost. Say this thing dumps to 650 again. It's not like the lumber cost at lows is going to be lower, dude. Don't even think about that. No way. Natural gas futures still looking insanely good. Like all the accumulations above the 200 moving average, back testing, support as support again. I mean, that's crazy good, right? You're talking about springs, back tested springs earlier. December 2016, look at that peak right there. Well, look how you rallied, you back tested it, and that's like the bottom. And so it's like, yeah, there's probably more upside for natural gas. US Steel also hit multi-year highs. Look at this. Look what it did, man, today. It got as high as 33.92, highest price since August 2018. Insane, man. This all started with a shark, then it turned into a bearish 5.0, and thought maybe start rolling over all this distribution. Then just, I guess it was supply. I guess it's something to do with the Russia macro, and you got back above 20 bucks, critical support, and you just been going straight up since. And you're testing a peak that goes back to 2012, 2014. Is that it? Of course it's not. My God, it goes, you know, you can clearly see all kinds of chop here, peaks and valleys around $31, $32. So you break that, hey, next target's $38 to $42. Oof. All right, so we going across the markets, man. That's all we were doing. So I think maybe you have a better understanding of where things are today. Crypto, commodities. Let's look at the DXY, the US dollar. That is melting up, right? Up 0.74%. About less than 15 minutes till your daily close. Incredible, right? Running to the next resistance, which is around 100. I mean, if this keeps up, the US dollar is going to flip the euro in value. That's crazy, right? The United States dollar It's at its highest price right now since May of 2020. So technically almost multi-year highs. And it all started with what? The bullish shark at an inflection point with a confirmation low. Hey, throw in a falling wedge, throw in massive bullish, triple bullish divergence in the weekly. That's literally the cake baking. The DXY bottomed out. It's amazing. I love it. I freaking love it. All right. But then you go to like, here's the scary stuff, right? Here's your euro to the United States dollar that has made multi-year lows, to almost anyway, right? It hit its lowest price since May of 2020. Yeah, it's setting up for maybe some sort of shark or something. Absolutely. It did that before, right? It hit a shark, it pattern completion zone, and then it ran. What's going on? Like, lagging? So yeah, I think you're at 886. I think you got a bullish bat here. The X, the A, the B. Yep, 382. And then the 886. My God, it's perfect. Literally perfect. You're right at the pattern completion zone as I'm speaking to you. So, I don't know this play out. I mean, do we ever know? We never act like we know. There's no bullish divergence. Certainly none. And there's certainly no reaction. Not even a type 1 reaction yet. Where am I at? What am I doing? Oh, yeah, I was going to change color. Teal. Yeah, so a bullish bet on the euro to the US dollar at its pattern completion zone. Remember, it was a shark before, and it played out. From the X, the A, the B, the C, and then the D. Come on, dude. Like, really? 886, shark, 886. What's going on? All these 886s. Okay, so I don't know if you'll react like you did before. You certainly reacted reversed. It was like type 1 and gone. So, yep. And then you look at like the euro to the pound. Let's see. Do I have that up? Let's see. The euro to the pound. Whoa, what a comeback. But yeah, this thing was super scary. Look at the cliff. It still is scary, right? Look at the cliff that the euro to the Great Britain pound is below. It's like Cardano. Remember the massive markup, then just nothing burger forever, and just like 83.83 is the support resistance from history and locally since 2016, and you're below it now, man. That's bad. It's very, very bearish. The euro, man, in a lot of trouble if it doesn't get back above this level soon, okay? So that was it. Okay. We just looked everywhere across all these markets, man. If you're enjoying the live stream, that like button, the bell. So thanks for being here. We've been live for 48 minutes. All business today and most days. First request. Commodity, strategy. Yeah, we've been here before. It was incredible. Look what it did. It gapped down and then sprung above that low from 2016. You got above it, you were safe, and it's just been going literally straight up ever since. And now it's at another like zone of inflection, I think, right? Clearly, 1813. There's that high from 2016. Multiple times up thrusting, and there you are. 200-day simple moving average was tested today, or close enough. And of course, right, it just tracks commodities. So yeah, PDBC, what an amazing range. Gotta love how it retraced 78% of the way before reversing. Value was perceived, I guess. And that's it, you know. I would say if it can break this level here, this $18, $19 area, 22.71, and then 22.55, the highs of the entire chart, I guess. Invesco optimum yield diversified commodity strategy. Cool. 2% on the day. Yeah, it's just like an ETF, I guess, a blend of different commodities. Probably an awesome asset to be in if you just want to sit it and forget it. For now, anyway, or had been. Kind of a little late to be paying attention to that, right? Less than 10 minutes till your daily close. We'll see here. The next one was Natural gas, which I think we already looked at. Yes, it is. It was for the contrarian. How does it look? Very nice. Even if it's, you know, just going to paint a harmonic, I think there's still more upside. If this is 618, no, a little deep. XAB, C, and then, you know, 786 minimum. But really, I'm thinking the 886 up here around, dude, it's, yeah, that's the target on natural gas. No matter what way you look at it, your target, your equitable target, $6 to $6.30 up here. That's it. Deep retraces, wave structures, all of it. Horizontal line resistance. X marks the spot for upside. It may not get there, but that's your like price objective. If you were saying, hey, I'm buying the spring back test. I like the way the accumulation's working. Well, that would be it. You wouldn't settle for it. You wouldn't be taking profit anywhere until it gets there. And if it never gets there, then it's a failed trade, and that's okay. You just gotta wait, man. Just gotta wait. Like $6 target eventually. I mean, look at that. Like the high from 2010, the high from 2014, high from just recently. Going again, man. Just give it time. Patience. That's all I can say about natural gas futures. Looking really strong. Really bullish right now. Long-term uptrend is very, very apparent. All you're doing is making higher highs, higher lows since 2020. Yep, the trend is your friend. The bullish patterns identified, the bullish indicators identified in the bullish trend. That means that they're going to be potentially more reliable, and they can oftentimes outperform. So you're doing really well on natural gas for now. Okay, silver, gold, I mean, commodities, dude. Okay, next request. Only a couple more. Alpha. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, it's so bad. So bad. It's like I can't even believe it got down here, man. It's terrible. It's literally awful. At its lowest price right now, it's seen since January of last year, so over a year lows, coming on down to 627 sats. Hey, it can only go to 0. You got that going for you. If you don't hold 627, 556, you go down to 200. That's it. What am I supposed to do here? You know, sure, I guess it's approaching an 886. Be looking to long anything to the euro right now, God. Oh, it's exceeded the 886. It's terrible, dude. Look, it reacted wonderfully in June of 2021 at the 886, and then it sprung back, tested a spring, and then rallied, and then just pathetic. Just underperformed, could barely make a higher high, and rolled over again. It's just chopping. It's bearish. So bad. And it's just like, hey, you're at value areas, but who's putting value on alpha to Bitcoin? Bitcoin's a hard currency. That is, if you haven't noticed, and you would know if you watch these streams, Bitcoin is massively outperforming the index funds. Like hardcore now. It's getting, like every day it's becoming a stronger outperformer than the index funds. So, and the US dollar, is pumping really hard. So, I mean, maybe alpha to the ruble or the euro or something, right? But alpha to Bitcoin, or sorry, alpha Bitcoin, alpha US dollar, yikes. I don't know, man. Those are two really strong currencies, DXY, BTC. But yeah, I wouldn't even look at it again until it gets to 556 to 627. That's it. There's nothing about it. That's literally it, dude. Yeah, an M shape. Oh my god, it's a shark or something. Sure, a shark's probably PCZing at the $600 or 600 Satoshi area. So, thank you, dude. Let's go to the next request, the last request on the list. Oh my goodness, it's like the same chart, but it's on a different exchange, different market. Wow, this is ASTR, Astra Space, Electronic Technology, Aerospace and Defense. Doesn't look like it's a defense stock, right? Based on its performance to the macro, or the sector, which is like, you know, the big boys, LMT, RTX. Yeah, not really. Like, what am I looking at here? If anything, it's like not even a harmonic. How can it even be a valid harmonic? Now, what we could do is just, you know, try to Fibonacci from the previous low to high. We're with Fib extensions. You're near the 1618. You know, golden mean ratio. Maybe we got a 1272 going on, or 1414 from this low to high. Close. You fell below the 1414 though. Wait a second. Hold on. Let's see, you got 1618, and that's it. Yeah, there's not much confluence. Yeah, I guess you'd say it's 343 to 424. Dude, it's terrible, man. It's really bad. And yeah, dude, you could get really lucky here, and it reacts at a 1618 Fib extension. Sure. I guess one way to look at it, the only way we could. Now you can't even. You can't even. There's no way to actually look at this. Like, I could try my best, man. Right? Not even here. Like the only way to find the lower high would be like here. And it's like a 200% retrace. Dude. Good luck. Hey, it was up 6.85% today, and after hours is up 3.21%. That's great, dude. But in terms of technicals, it's rough, dude. Real rough.
Tin market looks good. Can quick check out of Mitch. Thanks, Mitch.
Thank you, Jason. Yeah, we'll look at AFMJF. I guess the tin market. Oh, we got the tin moon boys. They're here. Jason's leading the way. I don't really have anything to say about this besides all it does is lose. Lower highs, lower lows. Yeah, launch of satellites. Congratulations. But market participants clearly don't care. Not yet, anyway. I mean, sure, the daily's showing bullish divergence. Sure. RSI kind of showing some bullish divergence too. I'll give you that. Earnings seems like in 10 days, so be aware of that. I have no idea what's going to happen. They do not make money. Yeah, they don't make money. No dividends. Yeah, they don't make money. Not good when you don't make money in market conditions like this. The assets that even make billions of dollars, right? They still can get wrecked. They still do. So you can't imagine the ones that don't do anything. They don't make any money. They have, like, every quarter they're just losing money. Even if it's less than before, it's still bad. Alpha Min, oh my goodness, finally. Well, it's got 658,000 volume before, even less. You can just look at this, kind of like a, you know, do what I can here, right? You could certainly look at it like it's just in an uptrend and it's making a moderate retrace so far, breaking above it. You know, it broke that high, the little neckline from 2012, 2011. Sprung back, tested the spring, and is off. And I mean, I'm just thinking that, like, right there, it's gonna be your next 97.8 or 97.98 cents is your next target on this, most likely. That's just that high from 2001 and a low from like 2004. If you ever broke that, you could very well be going to 153. Like straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down situation there. It's really hard to even tell, right? I mean, you know, put me in a rock and hard place here. But yeah, wonderful uptrend. You know, if you're just looking at the midterm, I guess. I don't know how we would, you know, you can't anchor on the top. Maybe we just anchor like this, just to try to make sense of it. That's pretty good. Yeah, here's your little channel. Here's your uptrend. Your uptrend visualized. You know, you can use the channel. It's not really, you don't have to take action on your uptrends. You plot them so what makes the most sense, and you can tell the context of the trend, right? So we're right around, you know, moderate. If you're near the heart line, you're moderate, right? You're fair price in the uptrend. If you're at the bottom, you're oversold in the uptrend. If you're at the top, you're overbought in the uptrend. But remember, just the heart line is the fair price. So chat, the daily candle close has been confirmed on Bitcoin and altcoins, crypto. Jesus chimes. So let's go to it. See you at 97.98 cents on AFMJF probably next. Amen. Meh, candle on Bitcoin. I don't even think it broke out on the 60-minute, right? Because that's where we were. That's how much we're grasping at straws here on Bitcoin on the daily, or just on any time scale. We got to go to the 60-minute to try. And you couldn't even break the supply. That's how weak you are. You couldn't even break the supply line from the beginning of the month that you tried to. You failed. Lower low. Just more divergence developed. I can't even believe it. And now you've run back up once more, and you still can't break that supply line. What is going on? Extremely well developed. Quadruple bullish divergence on both oscillators on the 60-minute, and you have the bonus 4-hour giving you hidden bullish divergence, but none of it's played out. It's like nothing has even happened, right? So it won't happen if market conditions are too bearish, right? You just think after this long extended markdown, I mean, since it pumped that one day, this would probably be right around the area where it could react. And if it does, it could run up, just test these levels again and just make a lower high and then dump again, right? Thanks for the 300 likes. Yep, thanks. Bear trend on my stream too, right? Coming. The longer this type of price action happens, the more bearish my stream becomes. Everything about it. It's rough times, so I feel it. Been live 1 hour, 1 minute, 1 hour, 2 minutes now. Just going back to 4 hour on Bitcoin. A complete, absolute nothing burger candle on the 4 hour. Nothing. Stay above 37,474. And you might be okay. Maybe the hidden bullish divergence would actually catch some bids because it's that low from August 20. You know, it held, right? It acted as a level of major reversal at one time. I mean, it's been a resistance too. If you extend this out, where it says there's like, you can see definitely like a high. You up thrusted through it, another high right there, and like you up thrusted, then you back tested the up thrust before marking down. You tested again, you sold off for breaking it, you fell below it, you collapsed back to 30K. So I mean, it's there, it's acted, and you could scale it and take it further out to right here. It's first time in human history when it was a candle high close on the 4 hour January 16th, 2021, and then it was certainly resistance again and again, and resistance, 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 and then support. Oh my goodness. So you go back to February 7th of last year, and it sprung back, tested that spring, and then was gone. So it's done that. When it acts as support, really good things can happen. So pray tell, if it doesn't do it again, you got the edge on the 60-minute, 4 hour, but I don't think you have any help on the daily, and the macro hates you. Like, you're not getting any help on the macro. It's just interesting to look at, right? What are you talking about? Yeah, I guess, yeah, thanks for the around 1,000 people tuned in as Bitcoin sits at a kind of interesting level with kind of interesting variables. And remember, I think what's most important than literally anything is Bitcoin's performance to the S&P 500 since January 24th, where Bitcoin still is up 15.68% from that January 24th low. Then we go to the S&P 500 itself now. Argument's stronger now. It's like, think about it. Kathy Woods, the bottom's in January 24th. I'm sorry, Kathy, but no. The S&P 500 is now down 0.5%. So Bitcoin from its low is up 15.68%, and the S&P itself, the benchmark of the stock market, is down 0.55%. That should tell you a lot. Should tell you a lot, man. I love that Bitcoin's outperforming, because guess what happens? If the S&P ever found a bottom, guess what's going to outperform on the way up? The outperformer is on the way down. Yep. So there is optimism to have it, I guess, at least a little bit on Bitcoin. Or yeah, it's going to draw down the index funds, but man, it's not going to draw down as bad so far. Something changed on January 24th, it seems. S&P futures, they're live right now. It's kind of up 0.03%. And just after a confirmed breakdown, just sitting there doing nothing. That's not really bullish price action. And even if, right? Even if it's going to paint a shark.
Thank you.
What's up, Smitty, man? Thanks, dude. Yeah, we'll look at UEC. Even if it was going to make a shark, that means there's still a little bit more downside. 886, fine. 886 is at 41.41, repeating, of course. So you haven't even hit a 786 yet. You broke the bad action magnet move. So there is more downside on the S&P 500 futures. Another thing with the, I adjusted this channel to include mostly everything I could, right? 1 and 2 on the top, the tip tops, and then 1 on the bottom. And then when I took it out, when I took this channel out, got a couple more touches there I thought were pretty cool. Way better on the NASDAQ 100 futures, I think. But either way, you are now below that heart line. The heart line that was once resistance this way was resistance. And then it became support for a minute for rallying, but now it's below it. And if it stays below it, you could understand the downside potential so high. There's so much downside below this heart line of this downtrend, of this channel. There's certainly no edge. Nothing implies in the 4 hour that sellers are exhausted, as you've just confirmed with the daily candle close confirmation that you've broken support. Nothing bullish about this right now. I don't care if it rallies. Nothing's like telegraphing that it's so bullish now. No. All right, so thanks for the 400 likes. We got 400. We can go 500 likes, could we, man? All right, let's go to that Smitty request real quick. Wow. Yep. Uranium. Uranium. Yep. Up 18.65% today. All time us? No way. Oh, look what you did. Oops. Testing an old gap fill again. There's a gap back from March 2011. Even if the gap fills, they can still 22% of the time act as support or resistance. You're just butting up right at that. So I'm taking it that, where would that be? Why is this here? I don't know why that's here. Maybe it was on the daily. It was the daily. It's weird. Yeah, that high from 2007. That's where you're going. That's where that's your target for sure. 2006 and 2007 highs, and then a very subtle 2010 low back test for rallying. That's where you're headed on UEC. If you ever break that, you start going to insane levels. The order book gets stupid thin at that point. You have no idea. I mean, it could be heading up to 733 if you ever break 482. Straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. You tried. You had to pull back, and then you're refueling. You made a higher low. More market participants own uranium than they did before. Bullish divergence, right? Hey, chat, guess what? If you were bullish on if the S&P and Dow Jones and all those were bullish, guess what would have happened? This is exactly what the S&P and then we're doing to UEC. This is the type of performance that you normally get when things are good. When the trend matches the indicators you're getting on the oscillators, this is the performance you should receive. But when the trend has reversed and you get such strong, powerful, undeniable bullish divergence, you shouldn't be rolling over like the S&P is. You should not be rolling over like this. The same thing. But things have changed. Your trend has reversed on the index funds. Pay attention to that stuff. It's important. Whew. Goodness gracious.
It's China to me, China.
Bitcoin 4 hours RSI just this second popped back out of the bearish control zone. But still so hard to be bullish. 0.031733300 LTC.
Well, look, at this point, we've identified that one little level. that 4 hour 37,764. You stay above that, I think we're okay. I think interesting. It's just interesting that we look at history of this support resistance created for the first time in history, January 16th, 2021. We see how it's been resistance, but then we zoomed in, we scaled in a little bit, and we saw that it had then broken it, tested another resistance, and pulled back and did what? It was support, and when it was confirmed as support, you had a major markup. That was one time in history, but then there was the other time in history where it broke it and then back tested it a couple times and then went berserk after. It went to much higher prices. So the fact is, you held it once, kind of February 28th, 27th, and now you're back at it again, and that edge is so stupidly developed. But again, yeah, if the conditions are truly bearish, it's just not going to play out. But my God, remember, we're already pulled over. We can't pull over anymore. We're already hidden bullish diverging. We can't hidden bullish diverge anymore. We had some new patrons join. Thanks so much, Charlie, Hunter A, and Kevin T. Thank y'all for joining. Please be sure to sing the Patreon on the Discord. But then Luigi, literally Luigi coming in, and he was just a monthly patron. He upgraded to annual. So thank you so much. Please get some hype in the freaking chat for Luigi. Let's go, dude. Thanks, man. Thanks to all the support, right? When you join the Patreon or you tip the stream, you're saying, I appreciate what you do. I want you to keep doing it. And I never want you to sell out. I never want you to get a confirmed sponsor. I never want you to monetize with advertising, right? Never want you to push affiliate marketing links here. 100% crowdsourced. So it's been that way forever, for years.
Hey Mitch, can you check out stock $TNXP? Sitting at value area right now, but do you see anything positive in the chart?
So Michael, thanks for 20, dude. I don't know. Well, we'll look at it. We got it, dude. Yep, let's go to it now. Okay, where Bitcoin's hanging on by some sort of thread. There's a thread over there. It's the 37,764, kind of interesting area where good things have happened, but doesn't ensure, or even it doesn't mean you're going to catch a bid here. It could just roll over because index funds suck and they're so bearish right now. And they pretty much reconfirmed it today. And I really do hate how total has fallen back below the February candle high close from 2021. It bearishly engulfed, and then yesterday it back tested with confirmation. What was once resistance is resistance again, and you sold off. That's bearish, extremely bearish behavior locally right there to a very real inflection point from history. That's awful, okay? Oh my goodness, dude. Pharmaceuticals, what makes you think this is at a value area? TNXP makes $0, doesn't make any money. Earnings coming up on the 14th, so like a week from now. They are expected to make $0. Yikes, man. Market conditions like this, you want to probably own assets that make money of some sort. And below all critical supports. I mean, you can't even look at this again until it gets above 39 cents or 51 cents really. I mean, look at it's below the 200 moving average. Sure, there was bullish divergence that turned into a little scrub pump, the gap filled, and now you're near all-time lows. To me, and just I look at something like this and I'm just like, no until maybe above 39, but definitely 51. Right? You got to get back above these levels. You haven't. The most recent discernible event that's ever happened here is all-time lows. No, I mean, kind of a little bit of divergence on the MACD, but dude, no. You're bearish on this. It doesn't matter if it rallies. It would underperform even if it does rally here, you know? There's better assets that exist out there and better industries, right? Better markets, right? Oil services industry. Pay attention to OIH, right? Today up 7+%. Remember, we had identified it breaking the 200-week simple moving average for the first time since November of 2014 on Friday. And today, minor gap up, but mooned all day. Oil services. There it is. Oh my God, it's breaking back into the... You can talk about something where, hey, we can't like it till it starts doing things. Oh, here it is. I mean, here it literally is. Right there. That you closed the week. I mean, not the week, but you had a daily candle close we just looked at. Above that lowest low of all time back from 2001. You're back above that. But remember, this was identified. Weekly candle close with a bullish engulfing candle, right? Above the 200-week moving average. And again, hadn't seen it since you touched it in November 2014. So beautiful like uptrend going on. And now you're talking about testing and breaching critical levels where the order book's so thin above 311. You could be going to $500 very fast. Straight up, straight down. Straight down. Why not straight? It could do it, especially in these market conditions. It makes sense. Yep. My God, look at that. You know, like class B almost bullish at one low, the second low. That's the type of, in bullish conditions, that's the type of behavior, the performance you're looking for on daily or weekly divergence. You're looking for that. You know, S&P, Dow Jones, they're showing nothing. They're just rolling over after showing very strong divergence. Yikes. No, I did not. My Instagram did not get hacked. There's an army of Nigerian scammers that exist that no matter what we do, they will always come back. We get them banned, doesn't matter. They just at Mitch.Ray TTA, they will create accounts, they'll buy followers, buy likes, try to make it look like it's my account, and they'll try to scam you. This is not new. This has been going on. I have to post about it almost every single day on my Instagram because people message me every single day, and I'm like, do you not even look at my posts or my stories? And they're like, is this even the real Mitch Ray? And it's like, just come to my live stream. It's literally right here. Every 10 seconds you see my Instagram. This at Mitch Ray TA. Everything's the same. At Mitch Ray TA, and that's it. That's it. Of course, yeah, you can have 1 million followers. Just follow my account, and then you never even have to ask, right? I feel like sometimes people just like ask to want to talk. They're like, hey man, I'm just going to use this as an I know it's not you. I just want to have an excuse to say something. It's like, dude, that just causes me stress because like I get like 50 people a day like request messaging me, hey, is this you? And it's like, what do you think? Do you think, look at the actual tag. How can it be me if you're already following me and another fake account followed you and it's reaching out to you? Why would you think it's me? I don't understand. What's the point of me having multiple Instagram accounts? It doesn't make sense. Stressful though. Definitely stressful. This is the Milch Raya TA stream. This is it, man. Congrats on not caring, dude. Well, if you didn't care, why'd you even ask? It's crazy, man. If you didn't really care, you wouldn't have asked. You wouldn't have said anything. But you did. So it's like, you do care. You're just lying.
Hey Mitch, can we revisit DPLS? Infratech/defense company showing signs of reversal.
Oh, I like.
Thanks for all you do.
Isn't this like the name of a Grateful Dead song or something, dude? Well, somehow this dude, like, here's your Dark Pulse Incorporated. How am I supposed to chart this? It's a mega no range and pumps and dumps so hard all the time. I guess the low risk area would be 4/100ths of a penny, or 4/100ths of a penny. And now you're at 5.5 cents. I don't even know. Why did I even have that? Oh, I guess it was just that peak. Guess you're above that, you're okay. But it's really like, clearly you can see the price action from. It could go to 19 cents again. I have no idea. Dark Pulse Incorporated. Oh, Dark Star was Grateful Dead, right? Not Dark Pulse. I don't know. Yeah, Dark Star. Sorry. They should rename it. Oh, 5%. But what I really like, I mean, in terms of like critical levels, there are like 3 of them and they're plotted here, I guess. You're above the 200-week moving average, which is nice. You had a bullish engulfing candle last week, so that's great. You had hidden bullish divergence. Wow, you had a weekly freaking harmonic here. Dang, man. It's a little deep on B, but my God, if it... Hey, chat. The 886 prevails once again. I would say that certainly was a reaction. And the hidden divergence was... Man, who knows? I mean, like, dang, this is a real type structure. It's maybe a little off on B here, a little too deep on B, but dang, the M shape and the 886 reaction and above the 200-week moving average and the bullish engulfing candle on the weekly is really good, actually. It actually is awesome, and now I kind of see why you maybe requested it, Mark. It's the OTC. There was kind of an edge and it kept selling off. It just hit that 886 and then boom. Advertising, marketing services. No clue about how that industry's doing or whatever. But that's a pretty awesome M shape, dude. So, but a type 1, right? It's just one time. No idea how if it's going to come for a type 2 or if it's just going to keep going. It'd probably go test maybe 7.18 cents from here, I guess. Maybe. But eventually could see 19 cents again. You know, it's great accumulation. You know, you're at the bottom of a range and you created an M-shaped accumulation structure. That's pretty good. Accumulation in terms of like you had the low here in March 2021 and now you're making a higher low at a deep retrace of value perceived area. So yeah, pretty good. What about Shakedown Street, dude? That's a good one. It's back to Bitcoin again. That a lot of mixed signals, but at least the 60-minute and the 4-hour are bullish. I mean, in terms of potentially bullish, I don't know if they're going to play out. I can just tell you, I'm just identifying the things going on the 60-minute, which is quadruple bullish divergence at somewhat of an actual support from history, and it's acted as support a couple times, not just once. All that seller exhaustion on an insignificant time scale, butting up against a supply line that you're on the cusp of breaking it. And I think if you truly did break it, the 60-minute divergence would usher in the 4-hour hidden divergence playing out, and your target would be 40,665 to 42K here if this held. Big ifs, but you just got to have the freaking futures just not collapse, man. Just stop dumping so bad. And Bitcoin will be fine, man. Remember, Bitcoin owns the equities right now by 16% in performance since January 24th. But it still is correlated to those equities. So if the equities roll over, then Bitcoin will roll over too, but it'll still outperform. But if the equities ever stop selling off and we have a good day, then Bitcoin will catch some good bids and probably get a 40,665. Whew, good stream today so far. I don't know, probably just gonna call it now, I guess, right? We looked all over this place, right? All over the markets, man. We went from index funds to big market cryptos to commodities to currencies to requests, pharmaceutical companies, right? Uranium, all over the place. I mean, I would prefer Bitcoin catches bids and bottoms out when there's an edge, like now on the 60-minute 4-hour, then randomly. I would prefer that, right? Wouldn't you? Yeah, I think that would be like TA being respected in its own right. Is there a fly? Oh my god. Like the first fly I've ever seen here. Not so little gnat. What's up, Doobie, man? New Doobie. You want new cipher? Is that what you mean, Doobie? Because you kind of confused me. I don't know if that's a Tigger. In you? New cipher? Let me know. Just say something in the chat. Be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. Patreon's pinned above. In you, okay, sure. Someone post the Discord links. Spam it a couple times, Brad, if you want to, or any mod that has that link. New Cypher Connect. Wow, dude. Wow. Legendary, dude. It's so crazy, man. It really is friggin' crazy. This was nuts, man. So not really. I was just looking at the 60-minute. What was it doing? Oh my god. Okay. Think about new cipher. Okay, I just got it from that low to the highest high it made, right? Way back in October. And it's drawn down and it's double bottoming, but now it's springing and back testing a potential spring candle high close from June of 2021. If it makes a higher low here, it's really good.
Mitch, can you have a look on the BTC chart? In the C19 crisis dump we saw what can happen to Bitcoin, but can it be that BTC can perform like this to the US dollar in this crisis? It has done it before from 4K to 60K.
What's up, Arnie? Yeah, sure. We'll look at Bitcoin to ruble chart. Well, it's not. We're not. Fortunately, this situation isn't like. So think about COVID crashes in 1987. Think about this more like 2008. It's like, yeah, there'll be crashes and dumps, but there'll be rallies, and it'll be long, extended, grindy. Ugh. It won't be like, we're down in 3 weeks, we're back. Fastest 30% drawdown in stock market history. Fastest 30% recovery in stock market history, right? They're different. They're not the same type of dumps, crashes, right? So if you don't have like a cash grab going on like COVID, where literally anything that could be traded collapsed, right? Even gold. I mean, it outperformed, but still, all those derivatives dumped. We're not in that situation. So I would say if we're not in that kind of cash grab situation, Bitcoin could certainly do its own thing, right? Has it made a lower low than its previous lows yet? Not yet. Not yet. It's not dead. Bitcoin's not dead yet. It's kind of been weak because of the macro. So I'll tell you, if you could hold above 45.7 cents, some really good things could happen. It is up 6% on the new day or something. Right, just think about it almost like an M shape, at its pattern completion zone, trying to react in reverse. That's your new cipher. I mean, I get it, right? It's like these are not too bad of variable. I hate how you're testing that 200-day moving average twice and rejecting it. That sucks. But it's like what's happening now is you still aren't taking out your previous two lows, right? If you could make a higher low here, it would indicate that there are more market participants who own the asset at a support than they did January 24th and February 22nd. So interesting level. Pay attention to 45.7 cents. It's just that candle high close from June 4th of last year. This is where assets, if the market conditions recover, this is where assets reverse all the time. We've seen that countless times. 886s. How many times does an asset have to make an M shape and go to the 886 and then begin eventually to recover to catch some bids? It may not go to all-time highs, but it could catch like just a moderate retrace, moderate rally. Could be happening on new cyber. I would say pray for Bitcoin situation. Pray for Bitcoin 60-minute, 4-hour divergence to play out, and this might catch more bids. Yeah, dude, we looked at Jasmine before the stream started. Sorry. Oh, man. Okay, that was last request, right? No, Bitcoin ruble. Okay. Just Binance, whatever. Oh, yeah, this was nuts, dude. This was crazy, man. On Bitcoin to the ruble. See, this is like what the US dollar kind of looks like, except the impulse up. Type 1, type 2, and now it's at the all-time highs. It hit literally an all-time high yesterday, Bitcoin to the ruble. 5.03 million rubles, one Bitcoin. But you understand why, like, it's, even if it failed, you really gonna be like, screw you, Ray, you're an idiot? When all I did is like identify on the US dollar, like maybe two bottoms. This is like what in bullish conditions, what happens, right? This is what should maybe be happening on Bitcoin. Like you put in the value perceived 786, the M shape, the cipher, the type 1, the type 2, and then that's it. That's when, yes, the impulse. Bitcoin, we thought caught the impulse, and then it drew down, and now here we are, scratching our heads about can it hold this 37.7 area with all that divergence? So I don't know if I was off base with the assessment of Bitcoin on the US dollar on the daily. Because the ruble played out. This didn't play out. The DXY too strong, I guess. Index funds terrible. That's it. It was an M shape with a type 2. Wow. All we did was identify the same thing on the US dollar, and it just didn't play out here. Hasn't been invalidated yet. But certainly after a second low, you'd think, "Why? Come on, man, it's time. It's time to make a higher low and rally here." It's actually BK. It's not the same chart. Remember, Bitcoin of the ruble went to the 786, similar to Ethereum. Bitcoin went to the 88% retrace of the dollar. But yeah, everything besides that is the same except the impulse up. Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Every day I check the price, bad price.
Okay, well, I think with the stream today, you maybe have just a little bit more clarity on what's going on across the markets. It's the whole freaking point of the show. And got a few requests in. Business stream. The hype will return if the 60-minute and 4-hour TA is respected. But it hasn't yet. It has not played out yet. It may not. It may fail because index funds are too bearish. True, maybe. But just remember, those trash index funds are nothing compared to Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin owns the index funds, even though it maybe is somewhat correlated and, you know, in between it's dumping with, okay. But like, remember, up 15+% since January 24th, and the S&P 500 is down 0.5%. Massive outperformer. And when these index funds maybe find a bottom, this thing will outperform on the way up, just like it outperformed on the way down. Okay, so best of luck. There is hope. Not all hope is lost in Middle Earth. I just don't know, like, it can only quadruple, quintuple bullish divergence. It's diverging as hard as it can right now. This is where reversals happen. At supports with all this divergence on multiple time scales. At supply lines, you're trying to break the supply line. You do it, 40,665. If not, see you down probably at 33K again. Sure, Luna's going for it because back test. Remember, it successfully back tested $75 as support. If you hold that, back to all-time highs. What, eventual target $9,900? Then 120 if you break all-time highs. Go to price discovery. Just remember, just so you know, on Thursday, Scott Carney and me doing a home and home. I'll be on his stream at around noon Eastern. Remember, Thursday, and then he will be on my stream that evening at normal stream time. So just put it in your calendar if you want to watch Scott Carney and me doing a double stream on Tundra or on Taunt. I don't even know. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Okay. Descending broadening wedge, whatever, dude. Who cares? Supply line. Sure, it's just 60 minutes, so trying to create patterns, like whatever. They just could turn into something else. I'm just looking at maybe a supply line with all the divergence at a support. So one more time, like just to end the stream. If the 60-minute and the 4-hour divergence at this support from history holds, we'll probably be going to 40,665 next. If the index funds in Europe collapses or continues to collapse, the divergence may not even matter. It may just sell off with all that because risk on asset. Okay. But the good news is Bitcoin massively outperforming those index funds, so that it's correlated to. So with that being said, thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. I'll be back. Until next time, respect the TA.
Adios, turd nuggets.